With that, we have a breaking update coming in as far as this entire controversy is concerned. The central government yesterday held the first round of discussion with the social media platform, with the second round that is all set to take place today. We're also learning that the government officials made it quite clear that all the platforms must comply with the law of the land, stressing that exercise is aimed at ensuring the legal compliance and user safety, not interfering with the platform operation or restricting the freedom of expression in the country. So what is Mark Zuckerberg apologizing for? So let me take you through the details as far as the apology is concerned. He has apologized, number one, for the child sex abuse material on their platform for the deepfake content as well. Error in operating platform paid to boost certain content on their platform also. And regarding this, we're learning so far that the Meta CEO has issued an apology to the Indian government. Now, during the interaction with the government officials, Meta's top officer also made some big admissions, something that the government would hope Meta would correct in the coming future, and that is related to what the meeting was all about. The illegal content was promoted on their platform. That's a big admission that has come in from the officials of their platform. The paid promotion targeted specific audiences, acknowledges the mistake that they have made, and they also express regret. So that is what we are learning as far as the discussion during this crucial meeting is concerned. The government is naturally very concerned considering the massive number of the users from India who are currently engaged on Meta's platform. My colleague Madhav Das Gopalakrishnan gets you more on this.
India isn't just another market. It's Meta's biggest user base anywhere in the world. What are we talking about? We're talking about WhatsApp, we're talking about Instagram, and we're talking about Facebook. So the first platform that we're talking about is WhatsApp. There is, of course, Instagram, Insta as we refer to it in short, and there is also Facebook. What is the total number of users on each of these platforms? It's huge, ladies and gentlemen. WhatsApp itself has 600 million plus viewers and users here in India at the moment. We're talking about Instagram. Instagram has over 481 plus million users as far as Instagram in India is concerned. And we're also talking about Facebook, which of course caters to an older demographic, unlike Insta, which has of course 481 million users, 403 million here as far as Facebook is concerned, catering to perhaps Gen X, millennials as well, but all of these platforms have huge numbers in terms of the users here in India. Now, after all, Meta does not only have millions of users on their platform, but the platform also generates revenue in crores from India alone, which is why accountability of such platforms becomes crucial. Here's what we're talking about. The revenue of Meta India. Let's take a look at the revenue as well as the profit that Meta India makes. This is the revenue. We're also going to talk about the profit that this particular wing of Meta, for one of its biggest markets, what is the amount that it makes? In terms of revenue, it is at 3,793 crores. That's a huge amount of money as far as the revenue generated is concerned. Meta India's net profit is at 643 crores, 48 crores, I beg your pardon. So that's 648 crores. Huge amount, 3793 and 648 crores. That's the amount of revenue. And this is something that directly impacts on society, impacts on users. Perhaps, therefore, the government has decided to step in and enforce the law. Now, after all, Meta does not only have millions of users on their platform, but the platform also generates revenue in crores from India alone, which is why accountability of such platforms becomes crucial. Here's what we're talking about. The revenue of Meta India. Let's take a look at the revenue as well as the profit that Meta India makes. This is the revenue. We're also going to talk about the profit that this particular wing of Meta, for one of its biggest markets, what is the amount that it makes? In terms of revenue, it is at 3,793 crores. That's a huge amount of money as far as the revenue generated is concerned. Meta India's net profit is at 643 crores, 48 crores, I beg your pardon. So that's 648 crores. Huge amount, 3793 and 648 crores. That's the amount of revenue. And this is something that directly impacts on society, impacts on users. Perhaps, therefore, the government has decided to step in and enforce the law.
And now the government has sent out a clear message to Meta that control over content comes with responsibility, and sources are saying that during the high-level discussion in the national capital with the Meta executives, government officials questioned the platform's claim to protection. The government position, the sources are added, they have added that is that the law applies equally to all the platforms and there cannot be any special treatment that can be given to one company. Now, at the center of the debate is Meta's safe harbor protection that they are seeking under the IT Act of Indian law. Sources say that officials conveyed that if a platform is only acting as an intermediary, it gets the protection under the law. So here is the law that in fact, Meta is talking about, saying that legal shield for online intermediaries, no liability for user online post, immunity only with a due diligence, loss of immunity invites legal action, remove unlawful content if asked, applied to Meta, Google and YouTube. So this is the law that India has, and government has also indicated that Meta should follow the law of the land. But if Meta exercises control of the content decision, the question of accountability comes in, as millions of users are on their platform. The big question now is, will Meta's apology address the larger question in the government concern, or will the scrutiny continue? Now, this has sparked off a political fight between the Bharatiya Janata Party and the opposition parties as well. Listen into the war of words.
किसी सैम चाइल्ड सेक्सुअल एब्यूज मटेरियल को भी ये लोग डाउनलोड नहीं करते, डाउन नहीं करते, सब के सब चलते रहते हैं। अब जितने आप ये समझिए कि नए नए जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बनते हैं, जैसे एंटी रिजर्वेशन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बना, आपको पता है कि उसका जो एडवर्टीजमेंट है, वो जो पॉर्न वीडियो चलते हैं, जो सेक्सुअल वीडियो चलते हैं, उसके ऊपर वो ऐड चला के जो है लोगों को ल्यूर करते हैं, उसके साथ वो मेंबर बनाते हैं।
This is a government which relied on social media for its own propaganda. Now suddenly a newer generation has beaten them. I can't verify whether Meta has apologized or if who's done it. I'll be very, very surprised if there is an apology letter from a company like Meta. They should file it in the New York Stock Exchange.
अगर कहीं कोई कंटेंट अमर्यादित है या कुछ गलत है तो निसंदेह उसको हटना भी चाहिए, उस पर कार्रवाई भी होनी चाहिए। लेकिन भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार की नीयत क्या है? सब जानते हैं कि विपक्ष के नेताओं की जो रीच होती है